So I'm back with the second day. I'm currently in trade 7, which is quite a lot of trades. This is 20 EMA gap bar. Basically, after a protracted bear trend, get a close above the moving average. So that was my short signal after printing somewhat of a bear bar. Just originally with one contract, then I was like, gonna add one more, tighten the stop. Original stop was there. So let's start with today's morning, where I went off the rails with the trade 1, where I would originally enter with 4 contracts. I don't even have the execution marks here. As you can see, this is typical trading on tilt. It's happened again. Now, what's happened is I've entered with trade 1 with 4 contracts here, thinking long because of this bar with the arrow. I'm gonna remove this to keep this clean. Yeah, so I've entered here after this nice signal bar, thinking, okay, this is a range. Not considering, however, where we are on the higher time frames on the hourly and 4-hourly. Massive double top, actually double top after a double top. So we have a double top here on the hourly, double top after a double top setup, and we can see it went down drastically. On the daily, massive bear bar. So these bars getting bigger now, we can consider exhaustion. Obviously here we have the top of this bar and the moving average in the way. Might go there, but only time will tell. Basically here I've taken a loss of 500, and then I was just squirming around with 10 or 15 contracts, going short but always moving the stop loss to profit. So I would recover with trade 2, 3 and 4. I would recover the $500 loss, but it was a disaster waiting to happen. Basically I could have blown up my account on all of these trades, because this could have just shot up as it did here. So basically, should this move happen from here or from here, I would have been taken out of the account. So very bad trading here. I was break even and I was like, oh, let's get out. This last trade, number 4, was actually with just 5 contracts. So I've actually gone back to being disciplined and just enter with 5 contracts, 5 ticks, 250 risk. So these 2 trades were actually the risky ones, the 2 and 3. And that's why I managed them thusly. I just got out extremely quickly, moving the stop loss to break even, not really giving it a chance, but still, this could have happened and I just got lucky, we could say. Then, so this was finishing at 7 in the morning. I went to work, and then I went on my lunch break. At 1, I was eating my lunch, and I've seen this trading range when my break started. 1 o'clock, obviously the volatility can come in, so we get 1, and the second bar was a massive breakout bar. We were at yesterday's low, but after seeing this massive drop, then a range, and then another bear bar, I was like, this is surely going lower. Here my stop loss was wide. I think it was even higher perhaps, and therefore I entered only with 2 contracts. I set my TP and I went back to work. Eventually this turned out to be a much bigger trade, going all the way here, and I was on the top right the entire time, so you could not see anything that I was explaining, which is not good. But this is what I was talking about. These are the 3 little trades. This is the one where my risk was already 250, was break even, 500 lost, 500 made before 7 o'clock. This is a trade 5 where I was talking about this massive drop, range, big bear bar, and then the yesterday's low. I was like thinking it's not gonna hold, but anyway, went down, created somewhat of a trading range, and now we have 6 o'clock, 6:30, 18:25, where I was already home and actually smoking outside, and I decided to go a little long, where I would go along here expecting a wedge, 1, 2, 3, expecting this to somewhat hold. So I've actually entered into a bear bar after it created a bit of a wick. So I entered there, which turned out to be a good move. Made $100, which I'm gonna now lose back. So it was like a waste of time, we could say. Yeah, I can't really risk more. This risk is actually 116, and I made 100 there. So with fees and everything, it's could be like a $40–50 loss should this hit my stop loss in the trading back at home. It's actually a waste of time, but we're gonna have to wait for this trade to conclude, which I'm not gonna wait for on the video. I'm just gonna make another entry when this trade concludes, and we're gonna call it a day. So we got a bear bar, but this is a bear doji bar, which doesn't really mean anything. There's a lot of overlap here, which looks awful lot like a bull flag, with this being the spike after a wedge. The wedge is at the double bottom, and this being the bull flag. Now the thing is that this is uncertain because of a massive bear push. This is why we are getting this area, which is a tight trading range, actually could be said. Tight trading range at the 20 EMA. Good potential for being a bull flag, which it looks like it will be anytime soon. My stop loss is not logical. Can't put it here. They'll be risking 200, meaning I would be ruining my daily profits. So I'm just gonna leave it and make my peace with the result, which should be coming soon. Yes, I've lost, and I'm okay with it.
Stop filled.
Basically, should have probably held this long and entered with more contracts. My confidence in it was low. So overall, I still made over 500 on the day. So that's really good result. I'm gonna make my peace with that and call it a day. So I'm deleting all this. This is it, and I shall be back tomorrow with more updates.